creatively. No, you sound ridiculous. It's Rob fucking Bailey in this bitch. Stop.
And I've lost touch with everybody close to me, but I won't stop, no. I won't stop, no. I won't stop, no. I can't stop.
Okay, so you never heard of me? I'm the reason that you've ever done anything creatively. Ridiculous. It's Rob fucking Bailey in this bitch. Stop crying about your blood and your sweat. Quit talking about things you haven't done yet. Are you done yet? Do you need a sec? Catch your breath. I haven't even started.
To get over that hump. So heading out this morning. We'll see what today holds. Today's Tuesday. Man, I'm getting ahead of myself. Look at me. Wanting to say it's Thursday and stuff. I don't know. We'll see how the roads look. It doesn't look like they did much to them. But this side road never gets touched. Anyway, kind of the blessing and the curse about living out in the middle of nowhere. Our roads don't get touched, but our roads don't get touched. I don't know if that will make sense to any of you out there. Anyway, so, healthcare. Oh man, I forgot my Superman ring. Shit. Anyway, healthcare. I told you guys I would touch on that today. And what better time than the present, right? Because I don't know what today's going to bring. So let's go ahead and get this in. Here's my problem with healthcare. Okay? You got the people who feel like they shouldn't have to help other people because their money should be their money, right? And then you got other people that think that, you know, goodwill towards men, that type of thing, we should all generally want to try to help each other and do the right thing. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a socialist when it comes to healthcare. I feel like Canada has an amazing healthcare system. What's the other one? There's another one out there that has universal healthcare, where their healthcare is completely free. It's all free, and the reason why it's free is because they just tax everyone for it. So instead of like there being deductibles and all that stuff, they literally just tax you. You know, healthcare gets paid for out of the taxation of everyone that's working. I know a lot of people don't like that idea. I know a lot of people have problems with that. And this is the reason why I say that's a great idea. Canada has an amazing healthcare system. Reason why? Because their people, I hate to say it like that, aren't greedy like us. Their people are more amped to being okay with paying the extra tax. So healthcare is covered across the board. And I feel like if we would do the same thing, it would benefit our country by like a lot. I don't know all the legalities of it. I don't know everything. So, I mean, any of you out there that decides to fire back with some, you know, factual stuff to try to say I'm wrong, more power to you. I might be wrong. I'm just telling you from my point of view, like if I was to actually sit down with our president and discuss healthcare, that would be what I would say. Universal healthcare would be amazing. I wouldn't mind paying a little bit of extra tax money out of my paycheck to ensure I got healthcare. Like, I'm blessed. I have kids. Most of us out there that have kids generally get good deals on healthcare, so I don't really have a problem with healthcare. However, I mean, like me and Julie were talking about last night, the discussion was, maybe I should go get some blood work done just to see where things are at, where my cholesterol is and those kind of things. But chances are my healthcare won't allow it because it's not a necessary thing. It's not a needed thing. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. However, I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to put anyone's business out there, so I'm not going to say names. But I have a friend that has a daughter that is special needs that requires certain medications. Her health care, though, however, is putting her through a bunch of hoops to get those special medications because they want to try to get off cheaper. So they say, well, try this and we'll see. Even though the doctor himself for the child has said it won't work, the parent said it won't work, the nurse practitioner has said it won't work. Phone calls and recommendations and more phone calls have been devved out to try to appease the situation so that this child can get her medication, and round and round it goes just because healthcare is so jacked up. So, I mean, if you sit there and you think about all the problems that are in healthcare as is, I'm more laxed and more okay with saying, let there be universal healthcare, let everyone get taxed, and see how that goes. Because it's already jacked up. It's an already crappy system. And anyone and everyone knows it. Like, our healthcare system has been screwed up. And it didn't start with Obama. Our healthcare has been screwed up before Obama. So, like, any of you out there that try to say, oh, well, Obama would have, no. It was jacked up before that even. All we've been trying to do is, our presidents have just been trying to supply a fix for our healthcare problem. And none of them have been fully successful yet. And again, I think that just speaks to the fact that we're greedy people. Canada has an amazing healthcare system. I'm trying to think of the other country. There's another country that has universal healthcare. There's a couple of them out there that have universal healthcare, and all of them have substantially well-running, well-organized, fully functional healthcare. And here we are, the greatest country in the world, and we're swimming in it, trying to make this work. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. I'm going to cut this off, though, because I'm already at like 8 minutes, and I got a full day ahead of me. So we'll see what happens. If you don't agree, comment. I'm not going to argue with you, but I'd like to hear other people out there that have opinions about this. And please, no arguing. I don't want anyone getting into the comments in this video and deciding to argue back and forth. State your view, let it go. Don't go back and forth trying to prove a point. While this is America and you have the freedom of speech, that does not mean you should always use it. So, very non-eventful day again today. Hold on. I'm going to try to fix this because that is in the way. I guess I didn't need to worry about that. I forgot I'm in reverse. Once I put it into drive, it disappears. But, there we go. Not a very eventful day today. I got a lot more junk done. That's good, right? I don't know. I had a little bit of time, though, to think about the healthcare thing, right? I don't think it's just greed. I don't think it's just greed that like, plays into the factor of our healthcare problem. I think it's also the idea of no one gives me help, why should I help anybody? That's different than greed. And the reason why that's different than greed is because that kind of perception of things is more geared towards, I'm not using the stand anymore, is more geared towards what do I get out of it? And that's more of a selfish perspective. A lot of people have a selfish perspective, and honestly, that selfishness, it's one of the biggest problems in our country. It brings a lot of our resources down. It hinders our productivity. It damages the overall morale and doesn't get us anywhere. And I'm not just talking about the sense of our morale as a country. I'm talking about also as friends, as neighbors, as coworkers, as relative human beings on this planet. Selfishness is a really, really bad thing. Like, it's one thing to want good for yourself. It's another thing to want only good for yourself. And a lot of us need to work on that. We all have selfish moments, and moments are okay because moments are just part of being human. But it's when you have that all-around selfish desire, that's not a good look, man. It's not okay. Leaders, this quote always comes up in my mind when I think about it. Leaders don't push people down to elevate themselves. Leaders lift people up and create new leaders. That's what leaders do. Leaders lead, and they set example, and they motivate, and they work hard. They give the right imagery, you know? If you think of any of the good leaders in our time, you know, all of them had all of those qualities, all down to the T. All the amazing leaders that you work with, all the people that actually do good for you at your jobs, at your home, even in your home, you know, like I try to be as good of a leader in my home as I can be. I try to set the right examples. I try to elevate and develop and to make other leaders. I say this to my kids all the time whenever I have to punish them for something that they did, you know. My number one goal is to bring them up in this world in a way that when I'm no longer around, they survive. And not only do they survive, but they thrive. And they achieve and they go further than what I have. You know, that's the goal. The overall goal is to make them leaders. And you can't do that if you're selfish. I mean, I could be selfish and I could say, no, I don't have time for you. No, I just want to read, or I just want to go lift, or whatever. And put off my responsibilities as a parent, like a lot of parents do. A lot of parents pawn their kids off on TV. A lot of parents pawn their kids off on video games. A lot of parents pawn their kids off on those things, and those are all okay outlets, but they're not okay in the sense of, please parent my child so I don't have to. Or please influence and watch over my child so I don't have to. It's the same way with leaders. You know? You can't be a leader in a place and say, hey, go look at the manual online, figure it out. Or, hey, pull it up on the internet and figure out how that works. That's not how a leader acts. A leader shows. A leader examples. A leader leads. You know? And goes back, like, you can't do that if you're selfish. You can't help people when you're selfish. You can't lead people when you're selfish. In all reality, you hurt yourself being selfish, because 9 times out of 10, if you're selfish, no one wants to be around you. And that's part of the healthcare problem. You got these selfish people out there that don't want to give hand-ups to anybody. Not handouts, hand-ups. And I know that statement's used in a negative, kind of antsy context, because a lot of people use the hand-up thing instead of hand-out because they don't want to talk about how they want to get something for free. I'm talking a hand-up because our healthcare is so jacked up right now, it needs a hand-up. Period. I don't know. Just my take. Man, I've already rambled on for another 7 minutes. Well, we'll see what goes on tonight at home. If anything, I'll do some kind of closer or something or another. I don't know what's going to happen at home. We're going to have chicken salad. I know that. Alright. Hey, what's going on? So, nothing really exciting. I got home, got in the door. Julie had to run to the store. I hit the bag for a little while. Ate our salad, which was amazing. I should have added a clip of the salad. Man, vlog fail, sorry. It was an amazing salad. That's really it. Kind of a, I don't know, bland kind of day. We're going to go upstairs.
Yes.
It's 9:09. I got to cut the TV off so the kids can go to sleep since I have school tomorrow. And that's all she wrote.
I'm not plugging the baby's music.
Yeah. Make Connor happy. Alright, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.